Good morning guys, back again on the Silver Mazda 3. Today we're just going to continue with this one. I've got all the car put back together and today's video we're going to be doing some wet sanding and polishing. Enjoy. Alright, so when it comes to polishing, you always want to just get a bit of tape and mask up areas that you don't want to, buff over with the buff, with the compound or anything like that, especially plastic molds and stuff like that, because it can damage them, it can burn them, it can leave like white residue on them, and it is really hard to get off. So I'm just going to run along some sections which I don't want to hit with the buff and just put some tape over them. And what I've got here is I've got some 2000 grit sandpaper, some wet and dry sandpaper. You can use 1500. The finer the sandpaper, the easier it is to polish the scratches out. So when you use 2000 on this, I haven't got a lot of dirt or dust or anything in the paint, so 2000 is perfect for this job. If it was something that you wanted to block down and get a lot of orange peel and stuff like that out, maybe a 1500 would work better. It would cut in a lot nicer. And then you can go over it with 2000, and that can actually help take all the 1500 scratches out, and 2000 is easier to polish. So either way you want to do it, give it a trial and just see what works best for you. So what we're going to do is we're just going to wet down the panel and give this, I'm going to do half this guard here. I'll sand down the whole guard, and then the other side I'll show you just how to denib. So this is just a section that I quickly ran over with the 2000 grit sandpaper, and I've sort of just gone over that whole bit of the guard from here forward. I've just gone over that bit of the guard, and as you can see, we've picked up a few little areas that it's got a bit of dust in it. So that's the good thing about, running over the whole panel. You can actually pick up exactly where you need to sand a little bit more to get those imperfections out. And then on this side here, if you just didn't want to go over the whole panel like that and you just wanted to go over the small areas, what I like to do is I've got myself a permanent marker or whatever you can use. You can use something just to mark the panel. What I like to do is I just fill down the panel, and around here somewhere I can feel that there's a little bit of, it's hard to see with the camera, right there. See that there's a little bit of dust right there. You can just mark that section. And now you know that's a section that you need to sand. And just fill down the panel. I can feel another little one somewhere around here. Right there. So you just mark that, and what you do is just go along the panel wherever you can feel, something on the panel. Just go around, have a look at it. If it is a section that you that does have a little bit of dirt or dust or something in, just mark it with your texter, and then all you need to do is just go along with your wet and sand and just give that a quick little rub like that. Like that. Get it a dry off. Check over it. And we can see that's nice and flat now. And we've rubbed that little imperfection out that was there. So that's two ways of doing it. We call this denibbing, because you're just actually going over the area, feeling down where there is a little bit of dirt in the panel and just rubbing that section. Or you can actually rub down the whole guard or your whole panel, and you can see exactly where you need to go over and rub it a little bit more. So two different ways of doing it. Alright, the way that I like to do it is the first way I showed you at the front of this guard. I like to rub the whole panel down and then just check over it quickly, dry it all down, make sure there's no little bits of dust in it, and then move on to the next panel. Obviously when you finish wet sanding, you do need to dry the panel down, that way you can see if you've missed any little sections. I'm happy with that. That will be, being a silver color as well, you're not going to really see. I probably could have left it the way it was, but like I said, I like to get these cars looking like they've never been painted before, so I check over them really well, make sure they're, you know, happy to a stand where if it was my car, I would be happy to leave it like that. So just think of it that way. If it's your car, if you're buying another car and you saw a car and it had bits of stuff in the paint, will you double question buying this car, or, you know, would you be happy buying it? So that's the way that I like to work on these cars. Pretty much I've masked up all around the windows, that way I don't polish any of these belt molds, or, you know, get polish stuck in areas that I don't want to get stuck in. So especially here, that being like a plastic finish, if I run over that with a buff, it's going to go all white. It's going to be a pain in the ass to get all the polish out. So even the edges, make sure you like tape over any edges that, you know, have either been freshly painted, or, you know, even like a bonnet edge like that. Just be real mindful how you polish over them, because they will buff through very easily. If you need, you can always mask up edges. For instance, I'll just quickly show you. So for instance, if you're new to polishing and you're worried about buffing through on your edges, what you can do is just run a bit of tape. So I'm pretty much on the bottom edge of this style line. I've taped it across, and what you can do is buff the top section of this bonnet, and then once you finish doing that, you can reverse the tape like this, put the tape on top of the line, and then polish the underneath of this side of the bonnet, and that way there you'll be a lot safer in not rubbing through or polishing through your edges and not burning through. And yeah, when you're polishing as well, just be mindful how hot you're getting your panel as well. That way you don't burn the paint or damage your finish of the paint. So just some quick tips. Alright, so here's our guard and bonnet that we did the soft edge and blow-in on. That there looks really good, like you wouldn't even know that that's been blown in. So if you see my other videos, soft edge along anywhere that you want to back mask. This guard here was a quick 2000. I hit over it with the rotary buff and lamb's wool pad, and then I've gone over it with a foam pad and second step polish. Being silver car, you know, finishing it off like that is fine. That there is a dual action polisher, so it does tend to get a lot of the swirl marks out. If it is a darker color, I'd probably go over it once more with a softer pad and a swirl remover, but I'm going to leave it like that. That will come out fine. It won't have any swirl marks being silver. If it was black or something like that, definitely do a third step, but I've still got the rest of the car to polish. I'll just continue doing that on my own without recording. This was just a quick video on wet sanding and polishing, so what you've seen here, continue with the rest of the car if you do have more areas to polish. But yeah, silver colors, whites, you know, light colors that you're not going to see swirl marks in, you can just do a two-step polish on, and that will be fine. If it is a darker color, I would recommend doing a third step polish. I do have another video with polishing a bonnet on a Mazda. If you want to watch that, go back and watch that, and that'll run you through the 3 polishers that I do use. But yeah, I'm happy with that. It is getting a little bit hot today. I am getting a bit out of breath and whatever while I'm working. I like to smash my jobs out and work pretty fast, so hope it hasn't played too much a role in my videos, me trying to talk while I'm out of breath, because I'm trying to get this stuff done. But it's getting hot, and I'd like to get out of here pretty soon, so I'm just going to smash out the rest of this car. I hope you guys have enjoyed the video. If you do have any comments or any questions or anything like that, feel free to ask. I'll be happy to give you guys some more information if you do need any more information on anything, so hit me up. Hope you have all been well. Take care, speak out, talk to one another, make sure everyone's okay, and we'll catch you on the next one.